And finally, he goes on, the peacemakers who sow in peace raise a harvest of righteousness. One of the main characteristics of a wise and mature Christian is righteousness. Let me just say that again. One of the main characteristics of a wise and mature Christian is righteousness. It is not self-righteousness. There is a difference. Righteousness comes from God. Self-righteousness comes from anybody? Yes, myself. I have the most wonderful ideas. They sound great in my head. Until all of a sudden I realized it probably wasn't a good idea in practice. We all have these ideas. We all have these egocentric ideas. And God says, that's not the plan. The plan is that you find your wisdom, your understanding, your knowledge, your logic, reason, your sense of being comes from me, from God. That's the difference. So if we are to show the world that we are who we say we are, and we had to provide evidence for that, or proof of our faith, then we have to grow in godly wisdom that is from above. And godly wisdom leads to godly righteousness. The unfortunate part is that worldly wisdom leads to self-righteousness. And that's the difficulty. So I conclude with this. There are a couple of questions that I'm going to leave for all of you. What kind of wisdom characterizes your life? So when someone meets you for the first time, or the 10th time, or the 10,000th time, whichever it is, how do they feel when they walk away from you? Do they somehow feel encouraged? Do they somehow feel like a little light was shined into their life? Not because of some special thing that you particularly did, but because you are connected with that godly wisdom. Or are you the person that afterwards someone goes, thank God they left. I can't deal with this person. Everything is a complaint. Everything is, We have a choice. God allows us to have a choice. He gives us the freedom. You can be bitter and angry and hardened of heart, or you can have the wisdom from above that allows you to show the love of God. That's the question. You can be selfish, egocentric, inconsiderate, or you can have the wisdom that exists in you because Jesus Christ, the essence and source of true wisdom, lives in you. Seek wisdom that is born of God. That's my suggestion to you. Seek the wisdom that is born of God. If you've never understood what that is, if you don't know, the invitation is to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. You see, true wisdom comes through Jesus Christ. I am the way and the truth and the light. I am the way, the truth, and the light. That is what we invite you to today. Turn off the noise for a second, because there's a lot of it in this world. And see what it is that your life reflects. Does it reflect the godly wisdom that is humble, that shows meekness, that shows compassion and mercy and consideration to people? Or are you going to be the person that will start the strife and continue the disunity that we see all around us? We ask what's wrong with the world. Sometimes we forget to ask in the mirror, what's wrong with me? What am I connected to? Am I connected to a relationship with Jesus Christ, the source of all godly wisdom? Or am I connected to everything else? And I can tell you right now, in this day and age, It's hard to disconnect. You watch people, I like to observe people. I watch people sometimes literally walk into the street like this. I saw a guy the other day, he literally walked into the street and almost got hit by a truck. And barely turned away, he did one of these, and then just kept walking. What is it that's so fascinating on that phone? He almost died for that. But that's all of us, right? We all want to find our own way, our own things, what makes us feel good, but we neglect to understand that God has a bigger, better plan for all of us. We are part of the plan. You may not realize that, and you have the freedom to make the choice. You can look through the whole Bible. Everyone had the freedom to make a choice. And the ones that chose God, man, the life they had. Amazing. That's what we invite you to, an amazing life. Not just a life of, whatever, but an amazing life. Because a life with Jesus Christ is amazing. I don't care what anyone else told you, what you thought you might have heard. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father also. And from now on, you know him and have seen him. He's talking to his disciples. In the beginning was the Word, John starts with. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. In him was the life, and the light was the light of men. You're searching for the truth? You're searching for wisdom? You found it in Jesus Christ.